everyone, my name is Mayur Salunke. I am from Mumbai support team. Our today's webinar is on intraday stock selection using CPR. First question comes to our mind is what is CPR? So it is a type of pivot. In our Spider software, we are having different types of pivots. So if you go to the settings, we go for settings, then we click on this pivots. So here we are having different types of pivot. So we are having different types such as classical, Cambrella, pivot, spider, woody, central, and Gann square, and etc. The full form of CPR is central pivot range. So it is a versatile technical indicator usually comprising of three levels. The first is pivot, the central pivot point. Second, TC, that is top central level. Third is BC, that is bottom central level. Next question comes to our mind is how these levels are calculated. The calculation is very simple. For calculating pivot, it is considering the high, low, close divided by 3. For calculating bottom central level, it is considering high plus low divided by 2. And for calculating top central level, it is considering pivot minus bottom central level plus pivot. As we can see, all the three levels are calculated using just three variables, that is high, low, and close. The fundamental idea behind this indicator is that the particular day range. So what is the particular day range? So that is the high and the low point of that particular day, which captures everything about the market sentiment, and hence this range can be used to predict the price movement of the following day. How does this CPR differ from traditional pivot? So in traditional pivot, we can see it is surrounded with the resistance and support levels. Whereas in CPR, we are just having three levels. Okay, that is the top central level, bottom central level. If we closely watch the CPR, we can see that some days of CPR width is broad and some of the days CPR width is narrow. So what does that mean? The CPR width lines very accurately gives an idea of the expected price movement. Okay. If the CPR width is narrow, then the distance, if the CPR width is narrow, the distance between the top central level and the bottom central level is narrow. So that is actually indicating a trending day, which means for today, if we look out for Davis Lab, so its top central level was at 3,907 and the bottom central level was at 3,901. So the range was very narrow over there. And this was indicating us that this particular stock, that is a Davis Lab, will have a trending day for today. And as usually, we can even see on the charts the whole picture for the today. Now we will explore 2 days relationship of CPR. So what do I mean that? So 2-day relationship of CPR means we will compare today's CPR with the yesterday's CPR. So I would like to show you on the chart. So we will compare this today's CPR when the market starts, comparing with the previous day's CPR levels. Okay. And in all, there are 7 types of relationship for this 2 days relationship CPR. Okay. And what are those? We will explore each and every relationship in detail. Okay. So for that reason, I move to next slide. Here we are having first relationship, that is the higher value. So what does that higher value means? So if the today's CPR is higher than the previous day's CPR, we say it as a higher value, and that particular day is indicated as a bullish. The next is lower value. So it means that today's CPR is lower than the previous day CPR, that indicates a bearishness. Okay. After that, we are having overlapping higher value. So what does that mean? Which means that today's CPR is overlapping the previous day's CPR. Okay. If this is happening, then this tells us that it is a moderately bullish. Okay. After that, we are having overlapping lower value CPR. So what does that mean? If today's CPR levels are overlapping the previous day's CPR level, this says moderately bearish. Okay, and after that we come to the next day, that is the inside value. So what does this mean? So this means that today's CPR is inside the previous day CPR. Okay, and this particular type tells us that this particular day will be a trending day. Next we are having outside value. So here we can see today's CPR is engulfing the previous day's CPR. So this says us as a maybe it may be a range bound day. And the last one is for the unchanged. Unchanged means that the today's CPR levels and previous day CPR level are both the same. This is the most rare form we can find. So because of that reason, it is named as an unchanged range bound CPR. Okay. After this, now we will look how does this CPR will help us to filter the stocks for intraday. Okay, for filtering the stocks in intraday, we will be using one feature in our Spider software, that is the market summary. Okay, for enabling the market summary, we will be using the shortcut key as F8. Okay, or even we can click on these reports. Here we go to market summary, then we have the NSE cash F8. Okay, as I click on this F8, I get this pop-up. Okay, so in this pop-up, we are able to see the open, high, low, close of the Nifty. We are able to see the points change in the Nifty, that is 275 points negative for today, and we are having alternate options given up over here. So the first option which we have, that is the top traded. So what does top traded mean? So the stocks which are having a good volume today, we can say as a volume buzzers also. So here this particular list is filtered out based on the volume or value, we can say. Okay. After that we come to the next option, that is the best. Okay. So best means which are the stocks are having a good positive price percentage change. Even we can say top gainers also. So here we get the list of the top gainers. Okay. Then we have the next option as a worst. So these are the top losers. Okay. Now here what I have done, if we go to the settings too, I have selected a specific group, that is the NSE FO script. Normally if I doesn't select this particular group, it will filter out the whole NSE group, but I prefer for going for this NSE FO scripts only, so I have selected that particular group. And after that we come to this particular settings tab. I have given a maximum script as a 30. Okay, so for filtering the stocks, we will be using only three options, that is the top traded, best, and the worst. Okay, so from this top traded, we will get the stocks which are trading in a volume. And now I will tell you which particular relationship pattern we need to focus for trading intraday. So we will be just focusing for this inside value option. Okay, so as I said, in inside value, the today's CPR is inside the previous day's CPR. So we will look out for some examples in our software. Okay, so for today's example, if I want to see, so here we are having the DV's lab. Okay, so as we can see that today's CPR levels are inside the previous day's CPR level, and in the morning we will be using 50 minutes time frame only. In the morning we can see the open and low was same, and from there the price moved strongly upward, giving a strong volume signal over there, and after that you can usually see the momentum coming up over there. Okay, so in this way we will be filtering out the stocks using the F8 market summary option. Okay, so after this we are having some more examples for today only. So let's say if I go for this particular, I minimize this option, I go for best option. So here we got for the Deepak nitrate. So here if I go for Deepak nitrate, we can see that today's CPR is inside the previous day's CPR, and in the morning we got the huge volume coming up and confirmation. Okay, so we in this way we will be filtering the stocks. After filtering out the stocks, how we will make the entry? So that is the main part over here. Okay, so whenever we get the stocks, we need the two types of confirmations. The first type of confirmation is that it should trigger or it should challenge the previous bottom level. So for in the example of Deepak Nitrate, we can see it has challenged in the morning and got reversed from there. Okay, after challenging that particular level, it should close above the today's top central level. Once we get that, so here in the morning we can see we got the confirmation, it pulled upside slightly, we got a retracement, and again we moved to the upside. Okay, for we will have taken a trade over here. Okay, and now after taking a trade, what will be our stop loss? So you can keep a stop loss of this particular previous day bottom. Okay, and as we can see, we got triggered out over, but again as the price moved ahead, we got a signal, and again when we got the signal in the afternoon in the morning 11:15 a.m., at that time we can see the volume was also generating higher. So again you would have taken a trade, and after that you can see the momentum. Okay, so again I will repeat one more again how we will be taking a confirmation. Okay, for this we will have another example. Okay, so let's say we will take for the Divis lab. Okay, for Divis lab, as we can see for today, it was the open and low same. Okay, and as we can see the volume was higher compared with the previous day, the volume was huge higher. So we don't need to wait for some times. Sometimes this happen, it doesn't challenge to the previous bottom, it directly shoots up very sharply, and here we can see there is one white dotted line plotting up over here. So what does that mean? It is actually indicating me the previous day high. And for Divis Lab, we can see in the same 115 minutes candle of the morning, it has closed above the previous day high, generating a higher volume compared with the previous day, and also having an open low. So this is telling me that this stock maybe can come for the retracement or may not also. And here we can see it moved sharply to the upside. Okay, we will come to the next example, that is for the Apollo tires. So here in Apollo tires we can see again inside range formations, it has challenged for the previous day bottom and then got the reversal. But when we got the reversal, slightly the volume was lower compared with the previous volume bar. Okay, so you can do one thing. If you feel that according to your analysis that maybe the stock can retrace, you can wait and wait for more confirmation that it should sustain above this today top central level. If it sustains, and as here we can see it is closing above, and then again we got to see the signal, the volume generating. Okay, and after that you can see the momentum. Okay, so actually why does this kind of momentum we are having? The reason behind is that it is considering the previous day high and low range and plotting it for me today. And if this today's CPR level is less, which means the yesterday the stock was moving in a range. So for that reason, the CPR levels are lower. Okay. So uh, how does this particular momentum catch up? Okay. If we go for daily time frames, okay, so I just move for Deepak Nitrate. I would like to show you this example of Deepak Nitrate. So here in this day on 28th, we can see the high and low range was this. After that on 29 day was trading inside the range of the 28 candle. Okay, and when we got a pull above this previous day high, the prices move sharply upwards. So we are actually trading kind of inside bar breakout. So this CPR levels actually shows you that if we again come to this intraday time frame, so we can see it challenged for the previous day, which tells us that the buyers are there, and then it took a reversal and we got the entry on this candle. Okay. In the same way, I have filtered out some examples for today. Okay. I will just like to share you with them. Okay. So here we come to the some examples. So the first was the Apollo tires, the TV's lab, Deepak Nitrate, which we have seen. We will now see for RT Industries. Okay. So we come to this RT Industries now. So in RT Industries also we can see we were having inside formations, and we can see the volume, the open and low same, and price closed above the today's top central level, and after that we can see the momentum catching up. So whenever we actually trade in intraday, we need the stocks which are having a momentum, and as well as momentum, we need the perfect timing to enter. Because if we enter a stock late, we can lose a momentum. But if we enter stock sometime early, we have the risk that we can get stopped out. So for this reason, the CPR will help you to filter the stocks and let us know that whether the particular day is a trending or not. And if it's a trending, then it should challenge. Okay. So after this, we will come to the next example, that is the UBL. Okay. So in UBL, we can see again we form a particular pattern, but in this example, we can see the particular first 15 minutes candle was a huge candle, and if you see the volume was lower. Okay, so you can neglect these types of trades also. The reason behind is that because it has covered a much momentum over here in the first 15 minutes only. So we can't expect a much move coming up over there. And as usually we can see it slightly went upper and then it came down. Okay. After this, we have an example of Bata. So in Bata India, here we can see that today's CPR is tight, very tight. Okay. So personally, I will suggest you that don't go for such kind of tight CPR moves, because this particular kind of day may be a volatile day, a much volatile day. Okay. But for this Bata, we can see it has moved upwards only. Okay. After this, we will come to the next example, and we are having SBI. So in SBI, here we can see the today's, so this particular SBI is for the short side. How? I will let you know. So here we got the gap down, prices started coming inside, and as I said, when we go for the long side, it should trigger the previous support level or bottom central point. Okay, and when we are looking for the short side, it should actually resist near this particular levels. For in SBN, we can see it slightly came near to those levels and then sharply turn around. And when it turned down, we can see slightly volume generating up over there. Okay, again when the prices tried to came inside, they got sharp turnaround, and this was the point when you can enter for the short side. Okay, so this is not the right time to enter. The reason behind is we were not getting a volume confirmation. Okay, and as well as we were not confirmed that it will resist, maybe it can turn around and move upside. So we have left one move which has came down, and then when again it tried to retest and then it got reversed. So this was the confirmation for me that it is not going to move upper side. We can go for the short side. So whenever we go for the short side, we will after this particular candle closes, and we can keep a stop loss of this particular top, that is 362. Okay, and after that you can see the smooth momentum coming to the downwards. Okay. This was for the today's example. Even the market has fallen for 275 points. We have got some stocks which have moved to the upside, such as Apollo, Divi's, Deepak Nitrate, Aarti Industries. Okay. Now we will check out some examples for 29th. Okay. So on 29th, we found one example that is from Z. Okay. So here we will come to the next yesterday's. So as I said, we were having a CPR inside the CPR, and in the morning it gapped up. It actually challenged this particular level and got reversed. Okay. So here, as we can see, by the time it got confirmed, it actually sharply moved downwards. Okay. But right now here, what we can do here, as we know, it has sharply came up and closed downwards. Okay. We can take a small risk over here. Okay, and what does that mean? We can enter at this particular level and keep a stop loss of the day's high. Okay, the reason behind, we know that CPR is narrow, which means we will get a momentum. Okay, and even it has challenged for the previous top levels, which suggests us that the sellers are available at the top levels, and from there we can see the momentum. So sometimes you need to take some decisions as per your analysis. Okay, confirming with the volumes also. Okay, after this we come to the next example, that is for Tata Steel. Okay. So here in Tata Steel we can see yesterday it gapped up, the range was narrow, as I said. The same for the today's DB's lab also. the volume generated higher than the previous day, gap up, open low, and we can see the momentum coming up. Okay. Next example we will check out, that is for Muthoot Finance. So here in Muthoot Finance, the same. As you can see, it gap up, moved upside. As I said, we need a challenge. So it already challenged it to the upper levels and sharply moved downwards. And here, obviously, we would have got stopped out due to this volatile day. We can see it was moving up and down, and slightly coming to the lower side. I can understand we would have got stopped out, but still we found a stop. Okay, so here not needed that you should specifically take this particular resistance level as a stop loss only. Even you can use the classic levels which we are using. Okay, so here I will just change some settings and put it over here as a classic level. So as we can see in Muthoot Finance, even in classic level, it was trading below this pivot level, and not needed that you should keep the stop loss of 1179. You can even have given the stop loss of 1184 or day high also, then still you would have made money over here. Okay, so you can use the CPR levels for taking a confirmation and as well as for entry. Okay, and for stop loss and targets, you can use this classic 4 levels. Okay, where you can put your targets over there. Okay? And I would suggest you to go for 1:1 or 1:2 ratio. Okay, so what does that mean, 1:1 or 1:2 ratio? Okay, so let's say Muthoot Finance, you're entering at this closing level. So this closing rate is at 1177. Okay, if you're taking a stop loss of 1184. Okay, so which means you are taking roughly around 7 to 8 rupees as a stop loss. So you go for a first target of 7 to 8 rupees. Once that particular target is achieved, bring your stop losses to those levels, and then if the prices are moving in your direction only, then go for 1:2 ratio target. Okay, so this was for the Muthoot Finance. We will now check for the another example, that is for the Voltas. So over here in Voltas, we can see we were having a particular inside formations, but here it haven't triggered the previous bottom. Slightly came to the today's bottom level and then reversed. And then we can see a momentum catched up in the second candle only. Okay, so you can change as per the how the market is behaving. But due to this market summary and due to the CPR levels which are inbuilt in our Spider software, okay, we can find out such kind of momentum stocks for intraday. And if you get a 1 or 2 trades in a single day, that is more than enough for you. Okay, we'll check one more day, that is on 28th for Sri Cements. So here we come to the Sri Cements. As I said, it need to challenge. Here it has challenged. Volume was slightly lower compared with the previous day, but it was a good confirmation. And then we can see the whole day to the upper side. It's a very used script, but still it confirm according to our patterns. Okay. Now we come to the next, that is in Nestle India. So Nestle India, here we can see it was showing a pattern. Here, as I said, it tried to challenge this previous day high and then got reversed. Okay, the volume was not slightly confirming. On this candle, we got a confirmation. Okay, even you can do one thing. So let's say if you are on 15 minutes time right now, you can move to lower time frame, that is on the 5 minutes. And if on the 5 minutes, if you got a confirmation, so let's say we move to the 5 minutes, we will move on 28th 20, yeah, 28th over here. So we can see on this particular red candle, the volume was increasing over here in region. So you can even enter at this levels also. Not needed that you should wait for the 15 minutes close. Okay. So after that, we can see the momentum has gone for the downside. Okay. And after that, we are having MGL. So here in the MGL, as I said, same CPR, challenge to the bottom levels, got reversal, and we got the closing on this candle. And here we can see the volume was generating. Okay, and after that we can see the momentum. Okay, if you are following a 1:1, 1:2 ratio over here in this region, then I can surely say that you will have got these particular targets. Okay, now last example, second last example which we are having, that is for the RSI. So in RSI, as you can see, I have purposely taken this particular example. The reason behind is that, so here we can see we got a narrow range, but this particular stock has never come to this particular zones. Okay, so what does actually this particular CPR is tell? It is said as a virgin CPR, which means the particular stock is very strong. So whenever it comes to the bottom levels or the top level of this for today, it sharply reverses from there. And on the next day, on 29th, we can see we got a gap up and a strong up move coming up over there. Okay. After that, on 27, we are having an example for looping. So here I've just, so in the looping, same inside formation, and we challenge to the upper side, we haven't challenged to the bottom side, and then we got a sharp reversal coming downwards, closing below this bottom central level. We got a volume generated, and then we can see sharp move coming downwards. Okay, so these are the some examples from inside. Okay, I have also tracked some examples from outside value also. Okay, according to this particular outside value, it says that that is actually range bound day, but you can even take this particular outside value CPR levels also for taking a trades. Even on this day we are having some momentum. Okay, so for that reason I will show you some examples from today. Okay, so I will change to Coal India. Okay, so here we can see that today's CPR value is engulfing the previous day's CPR value, and as I said, it challenged to the previous day and then sharply moved to the upside, and we can see the momentum. Okay, in the same way we got the IOC. So here we can see we got the gap down. Actually, it has, because due to the gap down, it has already challenged, but due to this reversal, we got the confirmation that the buyers are there. Okay, and after that, we can see again the momentum catching up. Okay, third example I would like to show you is for the Tata Power. See, same outside value means that today's CPR is engulfing the previous CPR, challenged, very good volume generating, and as it moved to the upside, we got the confirmation again from the volume, and it again sharply moved to the upside. Okay, so in this way we can filter out the stocks using the market summary, the F8 shortcut key, and we will be focusing for two types. That is, one is for the inside value and one is for the outside value. Okay, now here I would like to share you one more CPR useful whenever we, let's say, go for the 60 minutes time frame. Okay, and if you can see in Tata Power, the CPR is continuously rising. So what does actually this telling us? If the particular CPR is continuously rising, we can see it in a ladder way. So if this is CPR is rising, which means this particular stock is very strong. Okay, and in the same way, vice versa, if we find some stock which is falling, okay, so let's say we will take an example of Nifty only. Okay, so here also we can see the continuously Nifty CPR is rising only, even for today also. Now today we have got a selling pressure. We will get more confirmation on Monday that whether the CPR levels turns around. If this is a turning around, then we can say for the timing the markets are going for the short side. Okay, so in this way you can take a larger view also using this CPR, whether that particular stock is bullish or bearish. Okay, suppose if you have any kind of doubts, if you want to discuss some related to this CPR, you can directly contact us on our this number. This is our new number 022-350-18383. Okay, you can WhatsApp us on these numbers, and even you can drop a mail to our mail ID.